Hello and welcome everyone to the Social Pilot product webinar. I'm delighted to have you join us today as we explore the incredible features of Social Pilot to improve your Instagram marketing. Whether you're from a marketing agency, an independent brand, or a consulting professional, this webinar would help you make the most of Social Pilot to drive growth on your Instagram accounts. With that said, let me introduce myself. My name is Pushkar. I lead the product marketing function at Social Pilot. And joining me today is Rahul Girdhar. He's a product specialist with tremendous experience and expertise in social media marketing, especially with Social Pilot. And he will be guiding us through some of the most powerful techniques to drive growth on Instagram. For those new around here, let me introduce Social Pilot briefly. Social Pilot is an all-in-one solution for managing social media marketing. The platform is trusted by an ever-growing number of 13,000 plus customers from across the world and is highly recommended on G2 for its capabilities. It helps you scale social media marketing with key capabilities of scheduling and publishing on multiple social media accounts simultaneously. In addition to these, a really important feature for agencies is the white label feature, where you could own the entire suite with your personalized branding to run your own social media marketing business. Feel free to try all of these capabilities and reach out to our experts for any roadblocks in your process to make the most of them. Today, our spotlight is on Instagram, the powerhouse platform boasting 2 billion monthly users worldwide. Out of all the users in the US, 63% of them hang out on Instagram on a daily basis, whereas 97% of them at least visit it once a month. A large part of this audience is very young, so businesses should keep an eye out on this number, especially when they plan their content and marketing strategies on Instagram. Instagram really helps in improving business KPIs like brand awareness, product discovery, getting the pulse of your audience by engaging with them, and the most important of them all, it gives you detailed reports of your performance to help you make smarter business decisions. To top it all, Instagram helps businesses be super creative since it's a visual medium to communicate with your audience. Now let's take a closer look at the agenda for today's webinar. We'll first start with some insights from Social Pilot data learnings in terms of the post formats businesses should really be focusing on. Then explore how to make the most of content creation capabilities and some best practices to make those posts pop on Instagram. Post that, we look at using the mobile app to extend your capabilities and workflows and how to create quirky content through the app. We'll also look at how to effectively collaborate on Social Pilot with team members and how to create a campaign plan with the social media calendar. After that, we'll explore how to engage with our audience through a unified inbox. And then we'll move to the last chapter of the webinar, which is analytics, and learn how to automate sending reports to all the respective stakeholders involved in publishing your campaigns. After that, we'll announce a new feature Social Pilot is releasing for Instagram marketers out there, so stay tuned for the same. And towards the end, we'll close today's session by answering a few questions from the marketers gathered here today. So feel free to keep them questions coming during the entire session of the webinar. We'll also be having our experts answer your questions in real time while the webinar is ongoing. With that said, let's kickstart our webinar. A quick insight for you that will change your strategy of using Social Pilot for Instagram. Users publish almost 3 million posts every month on Instagram through Social Pilot. Analyzing patterns from this data, we discovered that Reels and in-feed videos are the most engaged content formats, with carousels standing at the third best when it comes to engagement. We've observed that Social Pilot users get a higher engagement rate as compared to some industry benchmarks shown here by performing a certain actions like adding first comments, adding stickers, and such more tricks. We'll be showing you some of these tricks in this session soon, so stay tuned. Our data shows that short, catchy reels within 16 seconds of duration with cool cover photos and customized audio titles get most attention. And carousel posts with a minimum of 3 to 4 slides work best, especially with crisp captions of up to 50 words packed with relevant hashtags. So, probably next time you're planning your calendar on SocialPilot, make sure to include a healthy dose of reels and carousels with these valuable insights we covered here. In the upcoming presentation by Rahul, we'll be looking at how we can publish quirky content through SocialPilot for Instagram. We'll see how to publish creatives from Canva instantly on multiple Instagram accounts simultaneously. And also look at how we could save hundreds of hours every month by scheduling up to 500 posts in one go. Now I'll hand it over to Rahul to take the stage to navigate you through SocialPilot to publish your content on Instagram. Over to you, Rahul.
All right, thank you, Pushkar. Good to be here. Welcome everyone to the webinar. Let's move into the SocialPilot dashboard to see how we can perform all of the magic on Instagram using SocialPilot. All right, so this is my SocialPilot account where I'll be creating posts on Instagram. We'll be doing all the functions which Pushkar just mentioned. To understand the basic setup, let me show the accounts which I'll be managing. You can find in the Manage Account section. So here I'll be managing all of these accounts. I have two different clients of mine. One is Chicago Pizza, who have different platforms to where they'll be publishing on. The other one is Pablo's Chicken and Soup. Pablo has two different locations. One is for Chicago, the other one for New York. And we'll try to schedule post and see how we can benefit from SocialPilot when it comes to Instagram. Not just the accounts, I've also added some users as well. So firstly, I have a couple of team members who have been added to the dashboard. One is Adam, the other one is Jerry. And I'll try to collaborate with them while creating the content to make the most of the dashboard. Then I also have Pablo onboarded as a client. So in case Pablo would like to monitor the content or maybe approve any of the posts which are created for him, he will have an option to do that since he's been registered as a client. Now, today's topic is going to be about Instagram, and let's see what types of Instagram accounts are supported when we are publishing through SocialPilot. So these are all the 9 platforms which I can connect and schedule my post for. If talking about Instagram, you can connect an Instagram personal account or business or a creator account. Now, the primary difference that comes in here is firstly that for a personal profile, I can schedule posts. However, those posts would not be directly published. It will be pushed out using a mobile reminder. When I talk about a business or a creator account, all these posts will be directly published. And for a business account, even Instagram stories will also be directly published. Other features like analytics, insights, or inbox to engage with the audience using comments and messages, these capabilities would also be available for a business or a creator profile and not for a personal profile. So now that we know the setup and the different accounts, let's quickly jump onto creating some content for my clients and see how it would look like and how easy it could be using SocialPilot. Let's move to the calendar. So here in the calendar, I can see all the posts. I do not have any post planned for the future time. I only have some past posts. Let's start by creating some content. To do it, I can click on any of the days, let's say 18th of April. Now to create any post, I'll be redirected to this create post section. To start with, I'll have to type in the content with the caption. Let's say I'm creating a post for Pablo's Chicken and for Chicago Pizza, and they would want their audience to order some food. I can type in the caption now. I can use it from some other sources as well. Or SocialPilot even provides me the AI assistant. Now, this AI assistant can help me generate ideas as well as captions. It works like a normal AI. I can give these instructions over here and it will generate an output for me. But to make it even more simpler, SocialPilot has these different templates stored. Let's say I'm looking for an Instagram post. We have provided the instructions for it to be optimized for Instagram, the right number of words, hashtags, and the emojis as well, which if I type out manually would take a lot of time. Now, all I need to do here is provide the outline of the post. Let's say Pablo wants to create a post on World Pizza Day and ask the audience to order pizza from his restaurant. Here I can add the outline and select a tone as well. Now this tone would drive the emotion of the caption and it would exactly make the audience feel how I want them to feel after reading out my post. In this situation, let's go with funny and generate the caption. Now, this is a short and crisp caption, which is perfect for Instagram because Instagram is a media-centric platform wherein people like to watch videos and images more and not really read long captions. Once it has been generated, I can start creating a post directly from here, or I will even have an option to save it as a draft if I would want to work on it later, or add it to the library, which will also make it available to all my team members so they can start making content using the content which is stored in the library. Let's create a post. Here we go. So now since the caption is added here, it will automatically be copied to all of the tabs in here. Our topic for today is Instagram. So let's look at the customizations we can make for Instagram. Firstly, I can start adding the media. Here we'll be adding a single image, which can be done from the device, Dropbox, Google Drive, or Box as well. SocialPilot also offers this Canva integration. So if me or my team have been creating any content on Canva, we can directly access it all from here. Even if I want to make slight customizations or changes, I can also make those here, make those tweaks, and then add my image to Canva. Another source to add your images could be this stock image library, which is powered by Unsplash. So this has some high quality stock images available. All I need to do is search with the keywords and I will see a variety of options to select from. Since the post is for World Pizza Day, let's add a post for a pizza and see how it's going to look like on Instagram. Now the post preview is going to help me understand how the post would look like on the Instagram feed. And if I want to make some changes, let's say I would want the image to be optimized for Instagram, wherein I want it to be a square image, I can make any of those changes using the image editor. Here I can crop, resize, filter, write something or apply some stickers as well. There are pre-saved templates for sizes, which makes it even more easier. So once I have made these changes within the Instagram tab, it would only be reflected here and the same can be shown in the post preview like we see here. The other customizations which we can make is going to be about the location. So I can add a location. We discussed this is a post for Chicago pizza as well as Pablo's chicken and soup in Chicago. I can simply add the location. Here for Instagram, I will also have an option to add a first comment. So the first comment can be used to move the hashtags from the post description. This will save up the space in the post and the text will look nice and neat. Here, I can also start a conversation with my audience in case I would want them to interact. So let's say I'm asking them what's their favorite pizza topping to celebrate the World Pizza Day, and it gives them an opportunity to start interacting and engaging with the comment after reading the first comment. I can also tag profiles on the image. So in case there are any tags which I would want to add on the image, I can directly do it. Type in the @ symbol, select the username, and it will automatically be available here. I can save it and even preview in the image. Now, once I've created the post, I've seen the preview and I'm ready to publish it, I need to go to the accounts. From here, I can select any of these accounts from the list. I can also create a group of accounts, which makes it even more easier to select. And let's schedule this post for Chicago pizza and Pablo's chicken and soup, as it's something which is common for both of these on a World Pizza Day. Now here, both of my clients would also want to ask their audience to place some orders and have customizations within their post. How can that be possible? Now for this, SocialPilot brings to the table the custom fields. Here, in case I want to store any text input or a dynamic text input for each of my accounts, I can store it in the custom fields. Let's say I want to add their address. I can add this custom field wherein the address is already stored and the contact details as well. To set up a custom field, I can directly do it from the setup option in custom fields over here. Here I can see I've assigned the address for all of these accounts which are connected. And once the post is scheduled, this custom field will automatically occupy the text input, which is assigned for these accounts. Let's see how these would work. Now, the time to schedule a post, these will be the different options for me to schedule. I can simply schedule it for a future date and time, so it is automatically published. I can also repeat the post. So if my clients are running any kind of a discounts or coupons, which they would want the audience to be shown repeatedly, I can repeat the post, let's say 5 times in the next 10 days. I can set it up, which would automatically repeat it after every alternate day. If I would want to change some date and time, I can always do it on my end from here itself. The next option will be share next and add to queue, which is a part of a smart scheduling. So you can create a schedule for each of these accounts and keep on adding the post to the queue. How to do that is again from the manage account section. I can select the account for which I want to assign a schedule. Let's say Pablo's Chicken in Chicago. And Pablo would want me to publish a post on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at a given time. I can create a schedule and keep on adding all the posts to the queue so it would automatically take up the next available slot. Now, in case the post has to go on the immediate next slot, I can simply share next and all the other posts will be moving to the next one. It's quite similar to our music playlist in Apple Music, which is play next and add to queue, and we can keep on managing our queue file. The last option will be to share the post now immediately, which will publish the post on the social media platforms. Let's try to share it and see how the post looks. All right. To view the post, we can go to the Manage Post section. Here I see all the queued posts. So I can see with the help of the custom field, I have automatically added the text input for Pablo's location for his account. And for Chicago Pizza, their address and locations has been added. Let's check the post. They should be delivered by now. Here we go. Let's try to visit the post and see if there are any changes over there. All right. Now this is a post for Pablo. We can see the contact details have been added and a logo for Pablo has also been added. Similarly for Chicago Pizza, along with their contact details, their branding and watermark has already been added. If you remember, I did not do it. All of this magic has directly been done by SocialPilot, as it can help you assign a watermark to each of the accounts, which creates branding and it makes it super easy for you. And setting up a watermark is as simple as setting up a schedule. I'll simply have to go to the Manage Accounts section. Here I can find the accounts to which I would want to assign a watermark. Click here, go to the watermarks option and upload an image over here. I can select the opacity and the size, place it anywhere on the image. This will ensure that any media or image that I upload for Pablo's Chicken in Chicago will automatically have this watermark added without me manually having the need to do so. So this way I can automatically brand my posts for all of my clients, and I can have a different branding for a different client as well. So that's how I can schedule a single image post from SocialPilot for Instagram by making all the customizations as well. Let's look at some other varieties of posts like carousels, reels, videos, and stories, and how we can make the most of it using SocialPilot. Let's try to create a carousel post on the 18th of April. Here, I can again start by typing in the caption myself, use the AI assistant, or as we discussed earlier, I can also store the caption within the library. So here I can find any content that's stored in the library. I can add it with a single click from here. Let's move to Instagram and start uploading the carousels. Now this carousel, which I will be uploading, will consist of 6 different images. Let me just upload it. And personally, as a marketer, carousels are one of my favorites. And it's a great way for my brand to showcase a range of products and services within one single post. And it also allows me to highlight multiple offerings which my client might be having. In case of Pablo, I can offer multiple dishes to all of my clients. So firstly, once I upload, I can look at the preview, how it's going to look like. We can see these are 6 different carousels. However, if I do not want this particular order, I can always rearrange these carousels as well. Let's try to give it a better order. This will be the cover image, dish number 1, 2, 3, and this will be last. Let's see how it's going to look like. Now here in one single carousel, I had an option to showcase multiple dishes from his account, and the audience will have an option to see all of these by simply swiping left and right, and they can view and order directly. The other customizations will be similar to adding the location, the first comment. Let's try to move the hashtags over here so it looks neat and nice within the caption. And this can also be seen in the post preview right here. Let's try to schedule the post and see how it would look like. Let's schedule it for Pablo's Chicken Chicago as well as New York. Now, if I try to schedule a post, here I would also see an option to stagger the posts or spread out an interval. Now, in case Pablo does not want me to schedule all posts at the same time, I can even set up a time interval and stagger posts within this time duration. This will ensure that the posts are not published at the same time and set up at a required interval. Let's schedule on the 18th of April and see how it looks. Now, once the posts are scheduled, we can see it in the calendar. Here, I can see it's a carousel post with 6 images, which can directly be identified from the calendar. In addition, the posts are also published at a gap of 1 hour, if you can see, which was done with the help of staggering the posts. Now, let's move on to the next type of post, which we're going to cover. This is going to be Instagram Reel. And as an Instagram user, one of the times where I spend most of my time on is Instagram Reels, scrolling to all of the reels. And I'm sure all of us does that too. So let's start by adding the caption. Once it's done, let's go to Instagram option, try to upload the reel. We can upload a reel from the device or the cloud services like Dropbox, Google Drive, or Box as well. Now, Instagram Reels like TikTok is a great way of getting the content in front of the new audience. These high-performing reels can help me attract new followers and even bring in new customers if I'm uploading it for a business account. So once the reel is uploaded, I'll be able to see the preview here as well. I need to make it a reel for it to be published as one. I can add the first comment as well. Let's say Pablo is running some discount coupons from the first comment. Let's add a discount coupon here. And we can see this is another use case for the first comment. When talking about an Instagram reel, we can make some more customizations as well. Firstly, I can select a thumbnail from any of these given options. So I'll have a variety of options to select from within the reel, and I can select one of the thumbnails. Or I can even upload a custom thumbnail of my own from any of these 4 sources and just directly upload and see how it's going to look like. Now, the reel cover becomes really important as it creates a brand identity and even makes my feed aesthetic and more organized. But also, if I talk about it as a user, the first thing that I see before clicking on any reel is going to be the thumbnail. And an interactive thumbnail is eventually going to make me click on that reel. And so it can get a higher engagement. So you can see this is the thumbnail and how the reel would look like. If I would want to play, I can play it from here as well. Here, I can also assign an audio title over here as well. Now, the benefits of an audio title is that I choose the reel and it can directly increase the success of my reel. These trending audios for my reels lets me keep my brand in the now and can also boost my audience engagement. Here, you can see the reel audio is also available. I can also tag profiles. So if I want to tag some other profiles over here, I can tag them, which also gives the audience another opportunity to engage with my post. I can make some more changes as well, like adding a location, maybe moving the hashtag to the first comment, and then select the account to which I would want to schedule. Let's schedule this for Pablo's Chicken in Chicago. Click on schedule on the 20th of April. Let's do it. So once the post is scheduled, it is available in the calendar. By clicking on the post, I can identify it's a reel with the help of this icon, which makes it again super easy for me. Let's create another kind of video post, which is going to be the feed video. Let's schedule it on the 22nd of April. Again, I can type in the caption on my own, or I can use the library to even add the caption. Let's move to Instagram to upload the video. It can be done from any of these 4 sources. Let me upload a video. All right. Now, this Instagram feed video is a classic video option. This option is firstly great for the content that I want to stay on my page forever. And feed videos also work well when my goal is to engage with my existing audience rather than appealing to a new audience, which is the case with Instagram Reels. So once the video is uploaded, I can move to the post preview to see how the video is going to look like. I'll be able to see it right here. Again, the customizations would remain same, like adding a first comment, adding a location, and I can also select a video thumbnail from any of the given options. Once that's done, I select my account. Let's upload it on Pablo's Stick in Chicago and schedule it for the 22nd of April. Now, once this is done, the video is again available here. This helps me identify this is a type of video. And again, I can plan my content. Now, the last type of post which we're going to cover is going to be an Instagram story. Let's schedule it. Again, an Instagram story in this case might not require a caption. So let's directly upload a file for Instagram story. Now, Instagram stories can have many use cases. It can be announcing a giveaway or a discount. I can also use my Instagram stories to break up the videos which are published in the feed and give a small preview of the same to my entire audience. So once a story is uploaded, I can preview it. I need to select the story option over here, which shows me an exact preview of how the story would look like. Let's go to select the account, publish chicken. Now this story, since it's a discount option, it could be a great idea for me to repeat the story because at all times my audience might not be active on. And if I repeat this content, it's more likely for more number of people to see it and eventually place an order with a massive discount. Let's schedule it or let's repeat it. Let's say I would want to repeat it 7 times in the next 21 days. Let's preview the same. This is the date and time. I can again change if needed. And let's schedule it. All right, here we go. So we can see that the story is uploaded or is scheduled after every 2 days, which can be seen right here in the calendar. And I can so easily plan all of my content with the stories. Now here we just understood how to publish Instagram content like videos, reels, carousels, stories from SocialPilot, which is one by one for many accounts. However, there might be a situation wherein I have a lot of content ready with me already, and I just want to publish it all in one go. That can also be achieved using the feature of bulk schedule. So what bulk schedule brings into the table is here I can upload a CSV file and directly schedule up to 500 posts in one single go. All I need is to upload the caption in the first column, image URL in the second one, which has to be a public image URL, date and time in the third column, and the last column will include the account ID. So all the accounts that I connect will have a unique account ID that can be found in the manage account section, like this. And by simply uploading the CSV file, I can schedule automatically up to 500 posts in just one single go. Let me upload a CSV file to see how it would look like. Now, one thing to remember is that it's not compulsory for me to add all the 4 columns. In case I leave the date and time blank or the account blank, I can always select the date and time from here. Let's schedule this on the 23rd and this post on the 25th. So I can still make changes to the CSV once it has been uploaded. Once it's done, let's try to schedule this post. This post will be scheduled. Another thing to remember about bulk schedule is that bulk schedule works for a single image post, and it would not be possible to upload videos using the bulk CSV. Let's go to the calendar to see how it's going to look like. Here we go. We see on the 23rd and the 25th, the image has been uploaded using bulk upload. Here, I can also identify it via the source. So the source says CSV, which can help me understand the way this content was published. Whereas for any of the other posts, it shows the source via web. So this is how we can leverage SocialPilot to schedule different types of posts on Instagram using the create post and also the bulk schedule.
After the session, let's look at the SocialPilot mobile app. The app is designed to help users extend their workflows when working beyond their desk. Users can schedule, publish, and view queued posts for multiple accounts through the app. Another key feature of the SocialPilot app is the mobile reminders. When we want to add stickers to posts, create polls, or add links to your stories, the mobile reminders help you do all of these. Also, adding trending audio, which plays a crucial role in getting that attention on Instagram, can be achieved with SocialPilot mobile reminders. Let's look at how we can do this on mobile. Rahul will quickly take us through a use case for the same.
All right. So whenever I use any tool, this mobile app becomes super important for me because I'm not always going to be in front of my desktop or my device, and I would need to work on the go as well. So that's where SocialPilot's mobile app comes into place. I can download it for any of my devices, and I can start publishing content on the go and also reviewing it. The other use case for a mobile app, which is very important, could be to enhance our Instagram posts more, which is especially our Instagram stories as well as the reels. There are some limitations like adding a poll, sticker, maybe trending audio from Instagram, which is not possible within SocialPilot or any other third-party tool. But with the help of mobile reminders, we can actually do that. Let's quickly see how to schedule an Instagram story or a reel with the mobile reminder. In this situation, we will try to upload a story with a mobile reminder. Let's firstly upload the media file. Here we go. Now, once the media file will be uploaded, all I need to do from here is select for it to be a story. Let's let the file to be uploaded. Here we go. Now, once I see the preview, I can mark it as a story. Here, I will see two different options. One is direct publishing and the other one is mobile reminder. Now, I can also add certain links that I would want to add while pushing it out. Let's say I want to add Pablo's website link. I can add it over here, store it, which will be sent to me as a reminder. Now to schedule it out, it remains the exact same process after selecting mobile reminder. I'll select my account from here. Let's schedule it, let's say on the 27th of April. Now here, once I have scheduled this post, I should be able to see this in my calendar as well. Let's quickly identify it in the calendar. Here we go. Now, with the help of this tag for mobile reminders, I can again identify the posts which are scheduled via mobile reminders. Now, it again remains the part of the schedule as all of the other posts. But what happens when it's supposed to be published is it would not automatically publish, but it has to be done using the mobile reminders from SocialPilot Mobile App. Let's see how that would look like. So once the post is about to be published, I'll receive a push notification like this on my SocialPilot Mobile App. I can be redirected to the application after clicking on that notification, wherein I can see how the post is going to look like with the media, as well as the caption, if there is any. Once I am ready, I'll click on proceed to Instagram. I need to ensure that I'm logged into the correct Instagram account within my application, to which I want the post to go out on. Then from here, the media will automatically be downloaded to my phone, and the caption which I add to the content will also be copied to my clipboard automatically. After being redirected to Instagram, I can simply select the image that I want to publish as a story. I can add a link as we uploaded Pablo's website link as well. Enter his link, which is already copied to my clipboard, to this option and push it out manually from Instagram with all of these enhancements. Now, this mobile reminder is far beyond any normal story or direct publishing story, as we have an option to add music, stickers, polls, and all of these options to our content on Instagram.
After the mobile app, let's look at some of the collaboration possibilities that will help teams in launching super impactful campaigns on Instagram. In the upcoming walkthrough by Rahul, we'll also touch upon how to plan your campaigns on the social media calendar, where we can see a weekly and a monthly view of all your posts planned. The calendar really is our favorite tool to ensure that you're spot on with your publishing schedule. Let's take a look at that. Over to you, Rahul.
All right, let's move to SocialPilot dashboard to see the calendar. All right, here we go. Now, once I plan out my content, it's very important for me to see how to engage, how to manage my content over here. I might need to collaborate with my team and to understand the calendar to plan further posts as well. So SocialPilot will give me a monthly, weekly, as well as a daily view, which can be seen over here. This is how the weekly and the daily view would also look like. And now here I can also filter the posts. Initially, the calendar would consist of all the posts which are created for all of the accounts which are connected. In case I want to filter, let's say I only want to view posts which are for Chicago Pizza, I can do it from here. I can also filter it based on the groups that I've created, clients, or platforms as well. Now here, if I filter, I can only see the posts which are scheduled for Chicago Pizza, and I can start planning content for my client who owns Chicago Pizza. There can be more customizations in the calendar as well. Let's see what can be done to a post once it has been scheduled. Let's click here. Now, once a post is scheduled, I'll have an option to share it right now. In case there is any change of plans and I want this post to go out immediately, I can click here and share it now. I can also make changes to the post. We all have seen some last minute changes always. There might be something new to add. So here is where I can do that. Once I edit the post, I can start making these changes. I can even add a first comment over here. or in case I want to make some more changes, that can all be done in here itself. Here, I also have an option to leave a comment. This is all a place to collaborate with my team internally. Now, this comment section is for a purely internal communication feature. Let's say if I don't want to add the first comment myself, it's actually something to be done by my team member. I can tag him here. Let's tag Adam and ask him to please add the first comment. Now, this particular comment, again, as I said, is for an internal communication. Adam, once tagged, he'll be notified, he'll be given a nudge, and he can start making the changes over here. And I can collaborate with all of my team on a single post while I'm creating it. The other options available would be, let's see. All right. Let's click here. I can also move it to the library. So if there is any post in the future or the past which has really performed well, and I would want to store this post in the library so I can always use it later on. I can click here. I can name the content. If it's for Pablo, I can also assign a tag. If it's a top performing post, I can add a top performing tag, which will even help me out filter all of the top performing posts directly from the library and reuse the content whenever I would want. The other options here will be to duplicate. In case I want to create a similar post again, I can duplicate it from here, start making the changes and publish it on the same or the other platforms. In case I want to change the date and time of the post, I can click here, change the date and time. I can also delete the post, or I can drag and drop it to a different date to reschedule. Now, when we talk about a weekly and a daily view, when rescheduling a post, I'll also find something known as granular time slots. So once I drag and drop a post, I can pick up the exact time when I want the post to be rescheduled on, and then schedule it at that given time. So that's how this can be done. Now here, I just made changes to the post, maybe adding a comment, editing a post, which is all done for the scheduled posts. But there are going to be times when I'm not ready with the content. I might just have an idea on an upcoming holiday to schedule some content or an idea for a post, but I want it to be in the calendar to remind me. How do I do that? It's again very simple. I click here. I can create a draft with a date. Let's say I want to create a post here, create post on this day. I can save it as a draft with a date. Let's say on the 29th of April. And the same should also be added as a draft over here. Here we go. Now this will act as a placeholder for my team to collaborate on. This will be available to all of my team members. I just need to ensure that in the setup, the draft sharing is enabled for my entire team. Now, once this draft is available, I or my team members can start editing the post directly from here, and I can convert it to a post, update it, and schedule it. Or I can also leave a comment for my team members. Let's say again, on this post, I want my team members to collaborate. I can ask Adam to please add the caption. He'll be able to do that. And maybe if I want some of my graphic designers to upload the media, I can ask him to do the same as well. And I can start creating a post by collaborating with my team right from scratch, which is by creating an idea and then building upon that idea to create a final post. So that's how we can collaborate with all of my team members in the calendar and also plan out my campaigns, my Instagram post in a well-managed way.
Now that we've seen the content calendar, we've come to the last leg of the webinar. Once we create and publish those attention-grabbing posts, we're sure that they'll get people talking on and about your posts. So next up, let's look at how to engage and converse with your audience through the unified inbox on SocialPilot, which means addressing those comments and inquiries in your DMs. After looking at the inbox feature, we will look at some of the most relevant KPIs that are important for users to track their success on Instagram. These KPIs will indicate the best time to post and how a certain format performed for your campaign. We'll also be looking at some really helpful ways to understand your follower activity, how those hashtags perform, and the best of them all, sending reports automatically to all the campaign stakeholders, including team members or clients. And after analytics, we'll be announcing the new capability launched on SocialPilot for Instagram marketing. We'll be covering that soon after the next walkthrough by Rahul. So stay tuned. Before that, Let's see how to make the most of inbox and analytics on SocialPilot.
Now that we're done with the scheduling of the content and managing it out all in the calendar, it's time to see how I can engage with my audience on Instagram and also make the most of all the analytic reports which are provided to me by SocialPilot. So firstly, to access the inbox, here is SocialPilot's unified inbox, which is available for all of these four platforms. Let's talk about Instagram, as that's the topic for today. Here is the Chicago pizza, and we'll try to interact with the audience from there. Now here I can see all of the comments and messages directly over here. In case I would want to reply to any of the comment, I can reply to it directly from here. I can send it as a DM as well, or even delete the comment if I do not want it to be on my Instagram. Now, this is how we can reply to the comments, but additional to that, I can also respond to any of the messages as well. So this is an example of a message again. Here, the messages would also include any story mentions. So if someone does mention me in the story, they can directly, it would be shown here. And I can also reply to the DMs over here. Once I have replied, I can even mark it as done or move to the done section, which makes it super easy for me to manage all of my content in the inbox. So that's how to interact with the audience. Let's see how the analytics would look like. Now the reports will be available for these four platforms. Let's look at Instagram over here. Now the analytics will be available for the date range of up to last 3 months. I can also customize the date range within the last 90 days or 3 months itself and view the desired analytic reports. Here, first of all, I'll see the profile overview for all of these parameters based on the followers, views, reach, impressions, and the website clicks. As a marketer, my main aim should be to have an increase in this trend. I'll see a graph for the new followers as well to see when exactly the new followers have been increasing, and I can even identify the peaks in here. Then the audience demographic to understand my audience better in case I need to target, which will be available on the basis of age, gender, as well as the locations available from. Finally, one of my favorite graphs is going to be the followers online activity heat map. Now, this heat map is going to help me understand when and which days and what times my audience has been the most active on. So I can directly click on any of these dates over here. I can see when my audience has been the most active on which days, and then create a schedule accordingly, which can help me get an even higher reach and engagement. I can also change the accounts from here. So if I have multiple accounts connected, I can always change my accounts from the drop down for Instagram. Let's look at how the analytics for Instagram posts would look. So firstly, again, an overview based on the reach, engagement, likes, comments, saves, and the total posts published. The reach graph would also be shown. I can see the spike, which helps me understand on which days the posts have performed the best. The post engagement on the basis of likes, comments, and saves, and then the individual post performance. So here I can analyze how each of my posts has been performing. And from here itself, I can directly visit the post or even reshare it as well in case the post has performed very well. Finally, I will see the hashtag performance for all the hashtags that I would have used in this list. And I can plan on using these hashtags again whenever I would want. Next up, I can also see the analytics for Instagram posts, stories, and reels as well. Firstly, when talking about Instagram stories, the overview will be on these parameters, which will be the reach, replies, tapbacks, forwards, exits, and stories. Firstly, the story performance on these parameters will be replies, tapbacks, forwards, and exits, and the individual story as well. Here, I can also see the performance for all of the reels. Firstly, I can see an overview based on these parameters, then the reach graph. So here, again, it's similar to how the posts have been performing, interactions, and the post performance. I can also change the sorting view over here in case I want to see the reels with the highest interactions. I can directly click here and find them out accordingly. I can also see the hashtag performance for all of the hashtags that would have been used and how these have been performed. Now I can have an option to view these analytics within the dashboard here, or I can even export it into a PDF version wherein which I can download, email, or even schedule on a monthly, weekly, or quarterly period. So it can automatically be delivered to me, my team members, or even my clients to whichever email I enter over here. Now, in this situation, we just saw how to see the analytic reports for one of the individual accounts, which is for Chicago Pizza. But what if my client wants these reports for all of the combined accounts, just one single report? How do I do that? Again, that is a possibility using managed reports option, which is an advanced report feature in SocialPilot. Here I can create a report for multiple accounts. Let's say Pablo would want one single report for all of his channels which are connected. I simply select both, create a report, and here I will have one single report for all of the accounts which I have selected on the top. And in case I would want to export, I can also export it as one single PDF as well. One of the other benefit of these reports or the downloaded PDFs is going to be the white label or the watermark. So all of these reports will also have my watermark, my company's watermark right here without a mention of SocialPilot, and it can all be directly shared with all of my team members. That's how I can see the analytics and the inbox.
Awesome. Thank you for all these insightful walkthroughs, Rahul. All these tips should definitely help all the marketers here today to launch really successful campaigns on Instagram and drive endless growth while saving loads of time. Now, coming to the new feature announcement, SocialPilot has launched collaboration with influencers for Instagram. The feature is designed to help users schedule and publish collab posts with other accounts. This is really a key feature that will help you increase your reach to other accounts and also in front of their followers. Rahul, why don't we take a look at this new feature?
So firstly, we all have seen Instagram collaboration posts these days, and we know all of these are super important. Let's try to create a collaboration post. When talking about a collaboration post, I can collaborate on a normal post, which could be carousels or an image post, as well as on the reels. Let's try to upload some media to collaborate on. Let's upload a couple of images like this. Now, in case I want to collaborate with my audience within an image post, I can directly tag them up over here. I can either tag or even invite them as a collaborator. In case I want maybe Pablo as a chef who is created to be a collaborator, I can save it over here, which would also be shown in the preview that this post is published by my account and Chef Pablo. So that's how I can do. But here I do not have an option just to collaborate on a post, but also on the reels as well. Let's see how the collaboration on reels would look like. Let me just upload a reel video. And here we go. Now, firstly, why collaboration is important is because it gives me an opportunity to share the content not just with my audience, but also the audience which are following my co-author. And this will increase the number of eyes on my post, which will eventually boost the overall brand awareness. This can also be an amazing opportunity to showcase a brand collaboration. So in case I am collaborating with some new brand, I can do it all directly from here. So once the reel is added, I select this option, and here I'll have an option to tag all of the collaborators. Once that's done, I can even see it over here. So now this feature has just been launched today, and we also have an option to collaborate on Instagram, add collaborators to all of the posts. Over to you, Pushkar, to take all the questions that we might have.
Great. So let's move to the last bit of the webinar, the Q&A session. We see a lot of questions and we'll be addressing the most common ones in the session. We'll try to address as many as we can based on the time restrictions, which is another 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. So first question is, how can I mention people on Instagram Reels?
Mentioning people on Instagram Reels is going to be possible as we tag profiles as well. Let me quickly show it to you. So here we go. When we are creating an Instagram Reel, here you will also have an option to tag some more profiles. So in case I would want to tag some profiles, I can tag up to 9 profiles on the Reel as well in this way. This will be tagged directly within the Reel. But in case I want to tag them within within the caption or the first comment, I can even do it over here. I hope that answers the question.
Awesome. Great. So, another one very common question is, um, I do not see, group draft in my settings. Where do I find it?
So in case that's about sharing the drafts with your team members, that's again quite simple. First, you'll be creating the drafts over here, which will be shared to your team members, provided we have turned on the sharing option for all of the drafts. Here, I'll have an option to keep all the drafts private or even enable the collaboration so that all of my team members will have an option to see that over there.
Cool. I think a lot of people are asking this question again. How can I create an Instagram and Facebook story at the same time? Can we go through this once again?
Mhm. Sure. So it's about cross-publishing across different platforms. As I said, that is one of the main benefits of SocialPilot. We can cross-publish for all the platforms. Let me upload a media again and so show how that would look like. So in case it's for the same for an Instagram and a Facebook story, first I will upload the story over here. Let's go to Facebook to make it a story, also to Instagram to make it a story. I can find the preview as well for both of these, and then simply select my Facebook and Instagram account to publish the post.
Awesome. Cool. This one's about analytics, right? So can I send a weekly report directly to my client?
Yes, we can. So in the analytics, we will have an option to send a monthly, weekly, or a quarterly report. We just need to go to the analytics section over here. And then on the top right in the reports option, I'll see a drop down wherein which I can download, email, and then schedule. While scheduling, I can select the period, which could be 7 days, 15 days, 1 month, or 3 month. And the frequency could be monthly or weekly. So, yes, answering your question directly, we can schedule weekly reports.
Cool. Another question on analytics is, and this is super relevant, right? Can I customize my reports to exclude a certain metrics?
For now, no. All the reports which are available within the analytics, all the parameters will be available. But that's a great feature request as well. And our team is already working on it. So I would just request all of you to keep on requesting these features to our team. We have a team which is working very hard for it. And similarly to Instagram collaboration, we'll bring that live soon as well.
Absolutely. And in that, effort to actually build a very comprehensive solution for all our users, we are constantly releasing new features. um, and we try to release as many as we can as soon as the users request them. So feel free to keep those feature requests coming in. And if you have any queries or any questions or hit any roadblocks at the time of executing, you could definitely reach out to our team of experts on support@socialpilot.co. We'd be happy to take you through any of these obstacles and clear it for you in terms of making your campaign successful. Um, on that note, it's time to bid adieu. Um, Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. Um, Hope you get some valuable insights from this webinar and take them back to make your Instagram really successful. Uh, Make sure that you follow our YouTube channel for all these walkthroughs and all these new features that we keep on announcing so that you can stay updated and make the most of SocialPilot and these new quirky abilities that will make you drive growth on any social media channel. Hoping to see you soon. Have a nice day and happy marketing on Instagram. Bye-bye.